Yolanda tells the story, in the first person, of how for a few years she was the wildest one of her sisters. In high school she was vivacious, and had a lot of callers, though no serious relationships. In college, however, she could not keep the callers interested for long, since she refused to sleep with any of them. She went to college during the late 60s and the sexual revolution. She insists that she was Americanized enough not to be concerned with her Dominican Catholicism, so she did not have a good excuse for her prudishness. In her first English class, she met Rudy Elmenhurst, III. Yolanda felt out of place and foreign, and appreciated Rudy's odd name, his lateness, and his acne scars. He had bedroom eyes, was able to laugh at himself, and did not bring a pen to class. She felt a shiver of sexual chemistry as he asked her if she had an extra one. Yolanda did not have an extra pen, and felt awkward while explaining this in a whisper. But she handed him a small red pencil inscribed with the Americanized version of her name, Jolinda. The pencil had been sharpened down to the J, and Yolanda was embarrassed that she had saved the pencil for such a long time. That night, Rudy stopped by her room as Yolanda was reciting a love sonnet she had written for class. He claimed he only wanted to return her tiny pencil, but then asked her out to lunch. Yolanda was confused but agreed to have lunch anyway. They had lunch and then also had dinner, because they became so absorbed in each other. They wrote a pornographic poem together, and Rudy explained all the sexual double meanings found within images of nature. Yolanda was a very innocent virgin and did not understand Rudy's strategies of flirtation. He would linger in her room late at night before kissing her goodbye behind her ear. Yolanda felt that her innocence regarding sex and drugs was related to her situation as an immigrant. The boys' dorm rooms hosted parties with drugs and alcohol, and Yolanda was afraid that Rudy would take advantage of her if she drank or smoked marijuana. She told him she was afraid he might rape her, and his explicit language shocked her when he denied it. They would kiss and cuddle, but she refused to let him touch her. He would get frustrated with her hang-ups, and Yolanda would get disgusted by the language he used to describe sex. Yolanda feared pregnancy and also the possibility of being frigid. She felt ashamed of her uptight and formal old-world parents and envied his parents' relaxed attitude toward sex. Rudy thought sex should be fun, and she thought it should be meaningful and serious. She stormed out of his room one night and put a crucifix under her pillow for comfort. After they broke up, Yolanda missed Rudy and noticed his poems were more explicitly affectionate. Yolanda fantasized about Rudy coming back to her during the spring dance. But Rudy brought another girl to the dance, and Yolanda could tell by looking at the way they interacted that they were sexually intimate. 5 years later, while Yolanda was in grad school and finally sexually experienced, Rudy stopped by unexpectedly. He asked if she wanted to fuck, and she got offended and threw him out. She messily uncorked his expensive bottle of wine and drank it from the bottle like some decadent wild woman who had just dismissed an unsatisfactory lover.